Sebastian was an adventurous monkey in the jungles of South America. One of his favorite parts of the jungle was the beautiful palm trees. He wondered what the trees were made of. His science book said that everything is made of atoms. This confused Sebastian. What's an atom, he wondered. He decided to call his scientist friend, Einstein, to see if he could explain it to Sebastian. Einstein has done a lot of research about atoms using his powerful computer, and was happy to help Sebastian learn more. First, Einstein explained what an atom is. All matter is composed of atoms. They are the smallest component of an object or substance. Atoms are everywhere. Everything in the world is made up of atoms. Cars, phones, pizza, and even you. Anything that has matter is made of atoms. That means if it takes up space and has mass, it's made of atoms. Let's take a closer look at the atom itself now. There are several different parts of an atom. Let's start with the nucleus, which is the center of the atom and contains protons and neutrons. Protons are those red circles inside the nucleus, and they have a positive charge. Neutrons are those blue circles inside the nucleus, and they have no charge. The black circles on an atom's orbit are called electrons, and they have a negative charge. They move very quickly around the nucleus and look like an electron cloud. With such a complicated structure, it may seem like whoever invented the atom must have had a tough time putting all those electrons and protons together. Actually, atoms exist in nature. They were not invented by any human. They are a part of our life. Ernest Rutherford didn't invent the atom, but he did tell us a lot about the atom structure. Rutherford was born in New Zealand in 1871. Rutherford named the nucleus and proton. He also predicted the existence of neutrons, and he designed the structure of the atom with orbital electrons. Rutherford discovered the atom in 1907 while working at Manchester University. His contribution to science was so significant that his face was put on the New Zealand $100 bill. Now that we know a lot about an atom's basic structure, let's talk about different types of atoms. Atoms are also found in chemical elements. Elements are divided based on how many protons, neutrons, and electrons they have. All the elements known to man are listed on the periodic table of elements. They are arranged by atomic number, which is the number of protons in each nucleus. There are some pretty common elements you may already know, like oxygen, hydrogen, sodium, helium, copper, and even gold. Each element is represented by an abbreviation on the periodic table. For example, Au stands for gold and O stands for oxygen. Now here's a fun fact. The Science Museum in Belgium is in the shape of an atom. The longest escalators in the world can be found in the tubes, and there's a restaurant located in the very top sphere. What a cool building! Although we know of over 100 elements, the fact that the universe is so huge suggests that there may be many more we haven't discovered yet. We need more scientists. Perhaps you can become a scientist in the future and discover more elements to add to the list. The word atom comes from the Greek atomos, meaning it cannot be divided. This makes sense, since atoms are the smallest bits of matter. Even though they are so small that we cannot see them, you might notice that an atom is like a solar system, only miniature. It has a central sun, or nucleus, which has a number of planets, or electrons, orbiting around it. This means that the smallest little bit of matter looks a lot like some of the biggest matter in the universe. Wow! Atoms are really amazing little things. Now that Sebastian has learned so much about atoms, he wants to become a scientist himself so he can discover a new element. Maybe they'll even put his face on a $100 bill. Look for the experiment and more activities on our website at www.brainopolis.org. And remember, The more you play, the more you learn.